What up? What up? How's it go? How's it going, guys? Who do I got here? Two people. Wow. Wow. That's more than I expected. Check it out. Squad. The Crypto Squad, welcome. My name's DubDigital. I talk about crypto. We talk about crypto. I come up in here twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Ish, man. I had to clear out my cookies and my cache. And you know how that signs you out and everything? I hate that, man. It's like, God, it's like a million sign-ins. But we're going to talk about crypto today, guys. We're going to catch up on it, talk about it. This is very conversational, very interactive. I talk about some things. You guys talk about some things. We talk about things together. How's it going? Ready to learn? Xavier, what's up, bro? How you been? Good? I love to hear it. My G, Easy E. Hey, are you the rapper? I got subs in high places. ZHI. Yeah. Is that a ticker? It's a million tickers, man. I don't even know. Yo, Dub, great to see you again. Thank you. I'm great to see you guys again. Great to see me again. It's always a good time when I wake up, It's a blessing. Welcome. How's it going? Good. Bullish Barber T. Hey, you cut hair? Man, I need a fade, man. My barber's all the way out in LA. I can't go all the time. Touch me up. But you know how to do textured fade? My hair's a little tricky. Richie Guru, what's good? Yes. Oh, dang. For real? Sometimes people don't know. Loose curls, man. That's a loose curl problem. If you know, you know. We're going to get into it, guys, but let's check out CoinMarketCap. I guess we could just start that right off the bat. Let's catch up with crypto, see what's going on with crypto. Why is it not zooming in? There it goes. All right, give me a second. My life's all over the place today. It's one of those days, man. Was it Tuesday? Damn. It's one of those days I don't even know what it is. What day it is. I can't do that. Okay, fine. Unless I do this. I guess it's better like that. All right. Bitcoin 43,000. Man, it's been going up and down in that range for a while. Let's check it out. It's been getting boring. It's been doing one of these. To be honest, though, just so you guys know, if you were around during 2020, 2021, or even years after that, I forget. Wyckoff this, Wyckoff that. Everyone kept talking about Wyckoff. So now I got that in my vocabulary. This kind of looks like a little Wyckoff distribution. It's typically when it shoots up, kind of consolidates in a range sideways for a while. Kind of looks like the Bart Simpson haircut, you know what I mean? It's probably going to come back down at some point. But, I mean, what are we at? 43.1. But a couple days or so, probably come back to 43. But for the most part, when we zoom out, whatever it gives back, I think the lowest it could probably go. I won't say that because then I'm going to look like an idiot. But, honestly, 42 looks like if it gives any back. But what I'm looking at, to be honest, for a trend reversal, is this inverse head and shoulders right here, if you can see it. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Now, it's not perfect because all the tech nerds are going to tell me, technical analysis nerds are going to tell me, oh, the shoulders aren't even, so that invalidates. Whatever, man. I don't know. I'm self-taught, but that looks like an inverse head and shoulder to me on a 1-year time frame, right? You zoom out. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting at a critical point, right? Because no one really knows which way this thing's going to go. Obviously, it's pretty extended. It would seem reasonable to give some back, but we will see. We got the halving coming up. Will it be a sell the news event? Is the halving priced in? We'll see what happens. Typically, it's kind of like a run up towards the halving, then a sell off after the halving occurs. At least last time was sell the news for sure. But with that said, it kind of all depends when the big media push starts. The clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. Everyone knows the clock is ticking. Grayscale's in here. I mean, Grayscale got the ETF. BlackRock got the ETF. Whatever. Novogratz thing. What is that? Novogratz got his ETF. There's gonna be a big old media push. Huge. You know it's coming. We already seen some commercials coming. Just don't really know when they're gonna do that. To be honest, they probably wait till after the halving. But they're gonna push everyone up into their products. They're not gonna just open up products and not push people into it. And the people they're gonna be able to push into it now, they have freaking 401ks and pensions. That's who they're gonna target. These people don't know how this stuff works. So it'll be interesting. The one thing I think that could throw it off and not be a sell the news event is if they start kicking that thing up, I mean a marketing campaign, but I'm not really seeing too much unless I'm tripping. But I think sometime this year that's gonna get going because they're gonna fill their bags up and they're gonna like, okay, we want to dump on people. So start pushing the herd in. You know that's how it's gonna be. But let's go back to CoinMarketCap real quick. Wait, no. I want to be on it. Ethereum 23, 24-ish. Cool. USDT always up there. BNB is doing okay, you know, considering CZ stepped down on everything. Solana, XRP, USDC, Cardano, Avalanche, Doge. Let's check it out on the one, not 24, it's like 24. I guess we do 24. Whoa, Dimension, DYM up 46%. It gained 46% in the day and on the week. So that means this is a freshly turning up coin. Let's check it out. Wow, what the hell? Yesterday, this thing was $4. Now it's almost $6. What is going on here? Whoa. How old is this? It came out like a couple days ago. See, you can't keep your finger on everything in crypto, man. It's just too many things are popping off. You hear about this? Nah, man. How am I supposed to hear about everything? But this is interesting. Let's check. It's just another coin that comes out. You guys know about that? I don't got time to dig into it. But Ethereum name service, that is a domain name service. If you guys don't know what a domain name service is, or kind of like a blockchain name service, instead of using the annoying wallet address that everyone can mess up, you can purchase an NFT that directs using a name or easier to understand name or naming convention towards your wallet address. So people just have to know like at DubEth or whatever. And then they send it to my wallet. I mean, it's not the best in terms of privacy, but I think we're beyond that now in crypto where like privacy is just like, you know, everyone's given up on that pipe dream, I guess. Pendle, 9%, Optimism up 9%, Arbitrum up 9%-ish, 7%. Yeah, we're starting to see the layer 2 narrative start to play out too. Like in the beginning, it was Polygon. But now we got Optimism showing up, Arbitrum showing up, Metis is showing up. I think out of all of them, I think my favorite is probably Metis because I hear that like one of the main devs is Vitalik's mom. I mean, I thought that was weird as hell. I didn't know she was a dev, but I'm with it. Yeah, they have a big ecosystem fund too, and they're starting to launch projects. I think they have like a $500 million ecosystem fund. So like the whole thought process is you jump into it. Let's go to Metis real quick. You jump into it, you get into the projects early. They start giving out incentives to get people over there. They're probably going to get backing of ETH because, you know, Vitalik's mom's involved in it. That's kind of weird, but whatever, right? And this thing's ran up since December from 25 to 100 plus. The max supply on Metis is 10 million. So that's interesting. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking this thing might collapse. Took off really fast. I think I might come back down to about 40. Because, like, look, a head and shoulder-ish. This looks like a complex head and shoulder, but left. head, right, whatever. Right shoulder's kind of messed up. But yeah, that'd be good. I wanted to come back and retest because I think Metis is going to be interesting. What else? What else? What else? Let's go on a 7-day. What's popping? Actually, no, the 24 losers. Monero, damn it. Monero down 35%. I wonder why. Then the next is Frax. Whatever. What's up with Monero? Whoa. It looks like a bag of milk. Why do that? Man. It's getting wrecked. I wonder what happened. Whatever. You know, it probably just got some hate. I mean, Monero's 100% good for getting hate because, you know, centralized exchanges don't like it. Governments don't like it. Almost no one likes it except weirdos like you and me and anyone who actually believes in cryptocurrency the way it was described. But we won't go there. Dimensions, yeah, that's the most up. And Flare is up 23%. If you guys don't know what Flare is, that's quote unquote like the DeFi ecosystem for XRP. And then Chainlink, it's setting the world on fire. Tron, immutable. Let's check out 7-day. Jupiter is down 66%. Then Monero. Damn, Monero killing me. What's up with Jupiter? Damn, Jupiter looking not that great though. I mean, did it go up a lot at all? I don't get it. What happened? This thing just came out and dropped. Oh, it's new. What does it do? What does Jupiter do? You guys know? The hell is it? Does it have like one of the descriptions? No? We're not going to do that right now. But it's a Solana contract. It's a whole lot of coins. And diluted supply, fully diluted supply is 5 billion. Wow. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe this is opportunity. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I can't tell you. But that's what it's looking like right now, at least from like a coin market cap scan real quick. I suggest you guys do that from time to time. It's good to keep an eye on like what's happening in the market, what's hot, what's not. You can tell what kind of niches seem to be showing up towards the top of gainers, bottom of gainers, so on and so forth. I think looking at it though, the layer 2 Ethereum scaling niche is continuing to heat up. You know, if you're not very, what would you say, exposed to that niche, you probably would want to be at some point. Now, you know, I think Polygon's had a good run. A lot of people think Polygon is going to be like the one-stop layer 2 scaling shop. However, I've never seen things like that. You know, I'm a big believer in interoperability. And I think if anything gets enough traffic, it's going to slow. Anything at all, right? So like people want choice. People want to switch back and forth. Competition is good. And people use that to their advantage. So, you know, you're seeing these incentive programs now, like Meta's having a $500 million ecosystem fund. I think Polygon's going to have one for its upcoming blockchain, ZK EVM, zero knowledge proof, like EVM, whatever. But basically, like they spend a lot of money on that tech. You're starting to see them fight between each other now. So I don't see one just sucking it all up, because once someone starts to get a lot of traction, someone's just going to start giving out more emissions, more money, and people are just going to go back and forth. Besides the fact that if something gets too expensive, people will leave anyway. I don't think people have much, what do you call it, allegiance to these Ethereum layer 2 scalings because they're tools. I use it as a tool. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm going to use whatever is better for me, right? I think that's most of crypto degens who participate in DeFi. I think that's going to be the majority of people going back and forth between layer 2s. It's people who are pretty technically competent in terms of like DeFi, and they just want the yield, right? So they're not going to have super allegiance, as if someone who was like hodling like a POW coin, or as someone who was hodling a meme coin. You know, there's different people involved in different niches. So 7 people, what's good? XMR down almost 40% after Binance delisting announcement. Nah. Damn it. It's okay though. It's okay. Monero's still Monero. You know, if anything, I think it's still one of the most purest cryptocurrencies out there, right? Everyone said Bitcoin was supposed to be financial autonomy and privacy. Oh, and then they're like, oh yeah, actually no, scrap the privacy. Okay. Solana just had five outage. It had outage. Ah, ah, ah. Hedera HBAR just announced a 5-year agreement valued at $25 million with the Saudi Ministry of Investment. Big green candle followed by partial sell-off. Let's look at that. I got some HBARs. Let's check it out. HBAR. Hey, get up there. Get the hell up there, HBAR. All right. Go moon, HBAR. Ah. Pump off the bottom. Cool, cool, cool. I think I've been saying this for a while. I see a big, I see a no resistance basically once it definitively pops out. Obviously, this first pump up is always difficult because it has to get through the biggest mental barrier, right? Because this thing dropped like a rock from 2021 to now. It stayed down for a long time. People are like thinking, nah, this is fake. Oh, this pump, I better cash out while I can. Like, that's the thought process of people on the bottom. People on the bottom who don't understand the market psychology or market cycle. They're like, oh, I better get my money out. Oh, I'm at least I'm not super wrecked. I'm just wrecked. I'm gonna better sell. Like, you're getting those people out. Every time it rises up, some of those people get filtered out. Rises up, some of those people go filter out. But every time they sell, there's less and less of them. Right. And that's why you'll start to see a slope upwards. Like, it might be give some back, go up, give some back, go up, give some back. That's what's happening. You're starting to shake out the weak hands. And I think we're getting to this part where H bar is dropping less, rising at least a little more frequently, and then basically line in the sand is like 10 cents. Once it could break 10 cents, I think it'll probably go to 20 cents pretty easy. Now it probably won't stay there. Same thing, give some back. But that would be a big reclaim right there, because then we're not that far from all-time highs. Just another 100%. So we'll see. But good for H bar. I know that they've been working pretty hard through the bear market. Say what you want about them being centralized or who they're tied to. Their dev activity's only been going up while a lot of chains have been dropping off. So good for them. Binance delist. Yeah. Hey, but we saw that coming, right? I mean, let's be honest. Monero is a threat. Monero is a straight threat. Everyone knows it. And I'm a weirdo. I like threats, you know? So we'll see what happens with Monero, but everyone knows no exchange wants to touch it. No government wants to touch it. The IRS putting out bounties to break the ring signature. Wow. It seems like they're threatened. You probably talked about this before, and if so, apologize for asking, but how low percentage-wise do you think Bitcoin dominance can drop? Do you think it could fall below that 35-ish%? Yeah, let me give me a second. Let me pull it up. Bitcoin D. BTCD. Let's see. Yes. The Bitcoin dominance in the daily. I usually like to look at the weekly, but daily just kind of gives us a little more. We'll zoom out later in a second, right? But just want you guys to see what I talked about, right? So somewhere around September, October, I looked at it and said, hey, this is like a reversal pattern. This is a rising wedge, which is basically like a pattern of exhaustion. This thing breaks out to the upside, which we saw in 2020, 2020 when oil went negative. Dollar got really strong, broke up, and then broke down, right? So looking at that pattern, looked the same. Bitcoin dominance broke up, then broke down. Because when dollar gets strong, Bitcoin dominance tends to get strong. Because no one's risking their money in crypto. So they, if they're gonna be in crypto, they get up in the digital gold, right? And now we violated the bottom structure twice. This is a lower low. Lower lows typically mean more lows are coming. Okay, this thing didn't even make it back into the structure, showing weakness. On the daily RSI, it's showing weakness. We have a lower low right here. I'm sitting here saying altcoin season's coming, but we gotta work this part out first. We gotta break the inertia. But when we break that inertia, I mean, whether it happens in 3 months or it's a longer extended one that we haven't seen that before. Typically, altcoin season has been taking 3 to 4 months to play out. Now, where we bounced off the last time, and to be honest, we've been bouncing for the last, let's go to the weekly. It's easier to see. We've been bouncing for the last, since 2021? Well, not really just on it, but like around it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. So probably that's a good support line, right? So 35%, 38%, right? Probably hit that and then rise up a bit. Then we'll probably come back below it, and that's where we might hit that 35%. I think we're not going to get through this just like a knife and butter. Just because we bounced off so many times, expect to drop down. That would mean a drop in Bitcoin dominance, 25%, have it rise up a little bit, maybe drop down again. So what I'm pretty much saying is I don't know exactly how far it can drop down. These are the scenarios that could happen, but around 38%, it might be prudent to start pulling some altcoin profits, whatever your bags look like, knowing that things don't just go boom, right? Like, okay, I used to think that it was the case, but it's not. Let me save you a lot of hard times. It's not. That's not how things move, right? So we could look at the things that can maybe occur. So, maybe start taking some, maybe not all, right? Because we can be wrong. But maybe transition, if you want to keep it in crypto, transition to Bitcoin. Because when this rises up, that means Bitcoin's doing its thing. And then it could drop again. Now, like what I'm saying right here, 35% is like the lowest Bitcoin dominance has ever gone. That's what he's saying. Like, he's trying to play it conservative and say that, well, we don't know how far it can go, but we know how low it has gone. And it's not crazy to think that if it's gone there before, it can go there again. So that's a conservative thinking, right? But zooming out and looking at this is a triangle pattern. We've been in this pattern for 2,562 days. That's a long time. But these patterns typically break to the downside. I mean, in the bear market, when Bitcoin's descending, basically all of its descent is a bunch of these descending wedges, right? And we're in a big multi-year descending wedge right here. So at some point, this thing's going to break down below and go into all-time Bitcoin dominance lows, But I would say that if that was going to happen, it probably would be around here, right? In 2024, we're probably going to hit mid-low is probably 35% Bitcoin dominance, just to be realistic, right? And then we're going to get a rise up at some point, whether it happens at the 38 or the 35. Expecting Bitcoin to make another run, and then maybe something like that. If it dropped right through, that's kind of early in the structure, man, because typically these things resolve at the last third. And we're not there yet. We're probably like 2 years away from that, right? So I don't know. 35% in the short to medium term, right? In the long term, much lower. This is the hard part about crypto, guys. If it was easy, everyone would be stupid rich. Everyone owned their own island. But this is also why I don't say get all out of crypto too, because if that happens sooner than we expect, yeah, you might have pulled some profits, right? That's fine. But if that thing breaks down below out of that structure faster than we think, and you still have some crypto in, you don't need a lot to make a lot. You know what I mean? That's why you always have some skin in the game, and that's why I don't believe in the all in, all out. Because to be honest, crypto does things that no one expects all of the time. Even pro traders get wrecked and cut up in this game, right? So, yeah, pull 80%, keep 20 in. Because if you keep the 20 in and we're wrong about Bitcoin dominance dropping to lows, that 20% is going to make a lot of money, a lot of money. So we'll have to see, guys. But I think like in that event, let me go back to the chart. In that event, if it was to go down to like brand new all-time lows, I'm thinking like between 28% to 20%. That'd be interesting. I'm just a little skeptical because I've thought about this for a long time now, like a long time now. And I'm thinking like this is a little soon for it to just break down. Like this, we're basically just past middle of this triangle. But hey, wouldn't that just be like Bitcoin to screw everyone? Bitcoin loves screwing everyone. It's crazy. I like the Cosmos Hub and CryptoCito for my add-on research. Lots of airdrops and good APY. Yeah, I did a CryptoCito showed up on this channel 2021. Cool dude. Is Adam still alive, man? As far as like the ecosystem, because I know they got wrecked with that whole UST thing because that was their main stablecoin, the Luna UST, algo relationship. So like a lot of the money that was in and liquidity that was in that ecosystem vaporized when UST went down. It just went away. So but then here's the thing. I don't really believe, and I'm not saying I'm right. This is what I think. I don't really believe the app chain is the right model, right? Because we have so much adoption on these other chains now. We've got a lot of adoption on ETH. Like, what are people going to do? Just say, let's screw all of this. We're going to leave every chain we're on and just go to the app chain. No, for the app chain to work, all these projects have to be built up on their chain. And I don't think that's going to be the case. dApps are going to stay on the chains they get the most adoption. They're going to focus most of the resources there. They're just not going to spread it out all over the place, because if you do that, you're like a jack of all trades but a master of none. So I think the future of interoperability is going to be connecting bridges between these chains, because to be honest, like every dApp is not going to be on every chain. It's not feasible. There's cost associated with that, and then every single time you do that, you have to like maintain it. And it's just pretty much making your cost exponential. But I do hope the best for Cosmos. They went through a lot of hard times. And like, they are ride or die. I got to give that to them. They're ride or die with their stuff. A lot of people would have just put their tails between their legs and ran the other way when UST collapsed. Ain't no one's seen a collapse of a stablecoin like that before. That was a first. That was a first. So that was unfortunate, man. I got to say that. BTCD going down. Hey, yeah. Just how far down? Will be interesting. I mean, 2017 was the lowest we've ever gone, 35%. And I hope you guys know that with all that's happened, and we've seen some pretty substantial altcoin gains on some altcoins, right? That's true. So far, Bitcoin dominance has only really dropped from its high in Jan, like 6%. That's it. Guys, when Bitcoin dominance really drops like this, or better yet, like that, oh my goodness, so much money to be made. So much money. Interesting. What are you buying these days? Are you fully loaded up? Yeah. So basically, I'm pretty much packed. I've sold a lot of things. I've consolidated a lot. Trying to keep it under 10 coins, because I did 30 last cycle and I could not keep track. It's not worth it. Just 10 or less. That's what I'm doing. But I am looking for other opportunities. To be honest, we looked at the DeFi market cap last stream. We will look at it again today. Why not? And I think DeFi is not done. I think it's about to make a comeback in a very big way. And I think a lot of people are writing DeFi off. So, with that said, I've always been a huge proponent of DEXs, decentralized exchanges. First of all, I prefer to use them. The only way I use centralized exchange is if I'm cashing out stablecoin to USD. It's the only way I ever really use centralized exchanges. So, not only are they useful, and they give me the financial autonomy I want, but they're super lucrative if you know how to use them. People who were early to DeFi summer made a lot of money, man. A lot of money was made in Binance Smart Chain. I seen it. I seen dudes making a lot of money. I was in the Telegram groups. I was like, oh dang, look them go. So basically, they would get early up. I talked about the strategy, but I'll talk about it again. You get early up into a DEX, right? You get position in their DEX coin. A lot of these DEXs offer single coin staking. I only participate in single coin staking. I ain't doing this yield farming, losing my capital to permanent loss. Screw that. It's not worth it. I just want a single coin stake, get a good APR off of that, collect that coin, weaponize time to my advantage while I wait. And when the coin price goes up, then you can cash it out, or you could take that free money and start dropping it into new projects launching on the chain. That's why I think that Metis is interesting, right? Because there's already DEXs showing up. They're young. They're going to be incentivizing like staking because they need to pull like usage from other chains, right? They got to have people coming to, and they're going to do that with money, right? So they're going to fatten up their APRs, and they're going to start paying people out more and more and more. And then once it gets traction, there are going to be a lot of projects launching on it. So like you could take that free money, drop it into those new projects, and then you know how new projects move. They're very exponential because they have low market caps. So like I'm gonna be doing that. That's what I like. That's what I like to do. But like, hey, it's all about your what you want to do, what you're good at, right? That's a strategy that I've seen that's super lucrative. I've seen that happen before. I've seen people make a lot of money on that before. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But hey, maybe you know of other opportunities. You guys know of anything like that? Maybe not exactly like that, but ways to capitalize, like strategies. Velodrome Finance just got listed on Coinbase. Might be worth a look. Maybe, but see, like that's too late for me. I'm talking about little. I'm talking about no one knows about it. Like that's when, like, if you got into Sushi Swap or Pancake Bunny, or I mean, these things. Pancake Bunny kind of rugged, or wasn't rugged. It was hacked. But you know what I'm saying. The getting was good. It was real good. What else? Even DEX aggregators, man, people are making a lot of money on DEX aggregators, and those are tricky because you got to make sure that the code is like legit, the team is legit. So I would only use like legit DEX aggregators because you got to deposit your money into their smart contracts. But there's opportunities in DeFi, I mean, I did a couple swaps on Uniswap, then I got an airdrop. And the airdrop turned out to be more money than I thought it'd be. You know what I mean? So you never know in DeFi. Sometimes it just pays to participate. I still have more than 30 and feel lost. Yep. See, you gotta think about it. You gotta right size it, man. 30 is too much, right? 30 is way too much. You can't keep track of it. You don't know when to pull stuff. I mean, like, I'm not super a big fan of automating like sells because that means I gotta have my money deposited on an exchange. And I know that there's like DeFi platforms out there that let you do automated selling, but that means you have to give permission to a smart contract. You know what I mean? So like whenever you automate something, you're giving up your security on your funds. The only way to do that is to sell manually, but to sell manually, you have to be able to like watching these things. You know what I mean? So, hey, it's a give and take. Speaking of DeFi, have you given BCH Bull a spin yet? No, I haven't. I forgot about that. Drop a little spiel in the comments, man, and I'll read it for sure. I'll let the people know. BCH ecosystem. Here's the thing, guys. I like things that are like new. I like things that people sleep on. I like it, right? Because that's opportunity for me and for you. So like BCH already kind of gets like looked over because I don't know why. To be honest, I think it's unfair. But whatever. Let it be unfair. There's opportunity there that you could be a part of. Let the people know, be cashy. I'll read it out. What it do, Dub? How much doage or dodge doage? How much Doge or SHIB do I need to flip 100 into 1,000? I mean, not too much, dog. I mean, like, see what I did there, dog? Not too much. I mean, you're just asking for a 10x. I guess your real question is like the time horizon. Not quite sure, but you could definitely do 10x on any of those. Doge is like what, 7 cents? SHIB is even lower. We looked at, I mean, we could look at it, right? Let's look at it. SHIB. I think SHIB's fractal is a little more easier to understand, like where we are in the cycle. 14 people, what's good? So here it is. I mean, if you can't see the fractal, and a fractal is basically a pattern in a chart that varies in scale, right? So in realistic terms, a pattern in a chart that varies in duration. Obviously, if you could see down here, if you pull up the SHIB chart on CoinMarketCap, you can't see it. See that? Little pump up and move up. You got another one. It was a bigger pump up and like move sideways. And then a bigger pump up and move sideways. This thing just keeps doing the same fractal over and over again. And we're pretty long in the tooth, right? Like, we're pretty long in the tooth here. At some point, SHIB's going to pop up again. I mean, that's all it's ever done over its history. It's not really like, it's not really like a revolutionary idea here. I just look at the chart and say it keeps doing this. It's probably going to do it again. For it to not do that again, just to put in perspective, would basically mean that it's about to do something that's never done in its history. It's going to do it again. So SHIB moves up pretty fast and furious. Don't know how high it will go. I mean, the last one, that was like what? I'd say that was like 6-7 times. This one was 2-3 times. But this was like a secondary pump, right? This was a big pump after the fork. It was a fork, right? And then they sent funds to a Vitalik, and then Vitalik was like, what the hell is this? And they were like, oh, look, Vitalik has it. It was marketing to the max. But what I'm trying to say is SHIB's not dead, man. If you go over to Doge, keep saying Doge's secret sauce number is about 13 cents. And then it's going to start making bigger moves. I think once Doge starts moving, it's going to pull a lot of people back into crypto. A lot of people, because Doge is pretty much has the biggest name brand besides Bitcoin, but I don't even know. I think last cycle, 2020, 2021, people are talking about Doge more. So Doge starts moving. It's going to get very interesting for everything. I mean, there's other ones too, right? Pepe. But what I'm trying to say to you is either one's fine. You could just put it in a Doge or SHIB or a mixture of both. I mean, Pepe has actually never been in a bull market before. And that's going to be interesting. A lot of people I know are hyped about Pepe, So we'll see. But like I said, man, like maybe have some money. Doesn't have to be a lot, 100, couple hundred, whatever you can do is the right number. And then if we do happen to have a collapse, instead of, running home, crying to mama, getting all depressed, you can look at it and turn your eye to opportunity. Like, wait, hold up. Everything's down, but I can get an altcoin portfolio right before, and you could take a little bit of money and put it in. You decide which ones. You can go even lower than this. There's meme coins on every single chain. And then when things really turn up, that little bit of money can make you a lot of money. That is asymmetric risk. And everyone hates on meme coins until it's sexy. You know what happens every single time? Like, we've seen this over and over again. Everyone hates on meme coins because they think they're so smart. I used to be one of them. And then meme coins takes the show because they're fun. It's fun. Look at Saucer Swap. Biggest DEX on Hedera, has single coin staking and only 50 million market cap. I see huge potential in it. Saucer Swap. Saucer Swap. Let's see. Damn. It's going up. It's going up. That's cool, man. Start taking off when? Beginning of December. I'm happy for y'all. What's the 670 million? That's a lot of coins, but it's okay. Max supply is 1 billion. And now it's 87 million fully diluted, man. So it's gained. I wouldn't jump into something like this right now. I'll look at it. I'll wait for it, but I wouldn't jump into it right now because I think this is his first pump up, and it's starting to show like some weakness, starting to round up, and then you see some volume slightly dropping off right there. I think it's gonna come down to some point. It'll probably come back and touch 3 cents, but at that point, yeah, for sure. What exchanges is it on? I mean, mainly Saucer Swap, and I got H bar, so I could use theirs, but then MXC. Interesting. Yeah, man. I'm interested in dexes, man. I'm interested in all kinds of dexes. Metis. I think H bar is interesting too because H bar is not really hooked up to any other chains. I mean, it's basically just its own liquidity, right? So the point that ever gets hooked up to chains and new people come in, that's just increasing the TVL of the dexes. Metis also because they got a big ecosystem fund and people are gonna jump in. DeFi degens are gonna jump in regardless. Bitcoin Cash is another one. I just forgot about that. Bcash, my bad. That's another one. Just anything people are sleeping. I talk about it all the time. Wanchain has 2 dexes that I own too, because it's pretty quiet there. You know, but that's the thing. You gotta like know that the chain's not a scam. They're not gonna rug, and they're gonna continue to build. But once you find that out, and it happens to be quiet, and they got things going, it's only a matter of time before it becomes not quiet. When the ROI is the highest is when it is quiet. Just like, everyone just wants to jump back and forth to the most pumped investment because it makes them feel good. But it feels better when you make more money. You know what I mean? 15 people, what's up? There's also BCH Guru. Check them out on Twitter. It's basically a more fun, gamified P2P version of BCH Bull with NFTs. Oh, cool. Interesting. Thanks for sharing the alpha. Yeah, check out BCH's ecosystem, guys. They're over there. They're active, and it's cool. It's cool because it's kind of off the radar. If you follow me, you probably like things that are off the radar. I love things that are off the radar. It's a price prediction game. Cool. Interesting. Let's go check out DeFi. Well, let's look at Total 2. Guys, hopefully you guys have gotten a TradingView account. I tell you all the time to do it. I don't know if you listen to me, whatever. But yeah, the biggest charts to look at is probably Bitcoin dominance, total 1, total 2, total 3. Total 1 is all what do you call it? Cryptocurrency market cap. Total 2 is cryptocurrency market cap excluding Bitcoin. This is what we see here. Total 3 is total big crypto market cap excluding Bitcoin, Ethereum. There's also a stablecoin market cap, which is probably good to look at. I got to find out like which one that is. But my whole thing is look at a bunch of charts. It tells a more clear picture and a clearer story because you're not going to be able to go to one chart. And I know that's what everyone wants. Everyone wants just to go to one chart and be like, okay, what's happening? It's like, hey, dig deeper, bro. You got to go deeper. But if you're willing to do the legwork, you're gonna know more about the market than most people, right? So like this thing is rounding out again. The RSI is dipping down again. It's looking weak over the weekly. It's looking weak. So we're probably gonna come back and 10% drop in the altcoin market cap. That's what I'm saying. Like I see some coins rising up, like Saucer Swap and stuff like that, where I could see a future where those come back and give me a chance, right? So I'm gonna be patient. Why not? Be patient. That's the beautiful thing about being packed too, because if it takes off, great, I'm packed. If it comes back, cool. I got some stuff I could drop on and make my bags a little heavier. But what I don't want you guys to do is like FOMO. FOMOing sucks. It's the worst thing you can do all the time. It's the worst. It's the worst. Because you're like, oh, I'm gonna miss out. It's like you're being a slave to your feelings. You know? It's better to be like, oh, I'm gonna miss out and you don't do anything and it takes off. Because honestly, that's just rewarding bad behavior. You don't want to build that habit as an investor because you're going to be investing more than once. And if you miss one thing, who cares? Who cares? There's going to be more opportunities in life. I promise you. And the more you open your eyes to those opportunities, like you're going to notice, okay, I missed this one. I'm going to get into another one. But it's better to build a good habit. It's taken me a while to get to this habit because FOMO is strong, but just prepare for if there is a secondary chance this thing comes down and the total 2 index is telling us what we think is going to happen. Perfect. You're Goldie. Which indicators will you use to time the BTC top? Volume. It's not sexy, man. Volume. Moving average. There's an indicator. There's all of them, right? 50, 200, 100 day moving average. Probably Bollinger Bands too. And then RSI. It's nothing sexy. There's pretty, if you ask anyone, those are pretty standard, boring ass indicators. But like, to be honest, guys, I think the best ones are RSI, volume, and moving average, right? It just gives you an idea because the moving average tells you like, okay, based on the average price of what's happened over the last so-and-so days, we're above that, right? RSI is telling you, okay, this is looking a little frothy, or this is a good time. This might be a little undervalued, but a lot of it is also like not indicator, right? A lot of it is the geometry of the chart. So when the geometry lines up with the indicator, the indicators line up with the volume, that's when you have like confluence, right? It's all kind of lining up. When things don't line up is when you're like, this is looking a little shaky. I'm not sure. I'm going to be a little more hesitant. And like I said, no one's 100% too. And it's not really about timing the top. I just want to stress that though. It's not about timing the top. It's about like coming out with more than you came, right? Now, like I'm saying, we got to be way more cautious when we're in blue sky breakout versus when we're under the all-time high. We kind of all know it's going to go higher than all-time high, right? But we don't know how high it's going to go, right? So once we're in blue sky breakout, it probably makes sense to like look at your individual charts specifically and like look at the volume. Is the volume tapering down? Is it starting to chop up? Is it looking weak? I'm gonna pull some. Right now, hey, I'm telling you not to do much because we know it's gonna go higher. Halving's coming up. It always does. That's been the trend ever since the start of Bitcoin, right? So history does not support a future where Bitcoin does not go higher than its all-time high after the halving. That is not the case. But when we're in blue sky breakout, things get a little more So we have to look at these things a little more intensely. But I don't want you to think I'm sitting here hoping I'm going to time the exact top. I'm probably not. And you're going to see a bunch of like YouTubers out here saying, I'm going to get it exactly. I exactly hit my point. That's pride, man. You don't want to follow someone who's full of pride because they're not going to tell you the truth that they see on the chart because they said, well, my prediction said this. That's going to make me look stupid if I backtrack. Like, see, a lot of traders aren't prideful. You got to be careful of that too. Because sometimes YouTube, it's a pride fest. Pride's a deadly sin, bro. Just saying. 13 people, what's good? Last bull run, I turned 100 to 9,000, flipping coins by following the trends, but got greedy. Yep. I know. It's like Irrelevant's killing it. It's musical chairs, bang. Everyone got wrecked. I feel you, bro. We've all been there. But but now you know better, right? It's only a loss if you don't learn anything. You only lose when you don't learn something from your mistakes. It's not a mistake, it's a learning experience. But now you know better. Don't let it happen again. 14 people. Dub, my man, good to see you live. F it, we do it live. I know. Welcome, welcome. 14 people, what's good? Yeah. That's about that. I mean, we can look at, what else can we look at? Oh yeah, DeFi market cap. Like I said, the DeFi market cap looking like a lot like the total 2, because honestly, DeFi is made of almost every other altcoin besides Bitcoin, Ethereum. I mean, there's not even that much DeFi in Ethereum. Like, yeah, there might be dApps deployed on it, but to be honest, DeFi degens aren't using Ethereum to do DeFi, because who the hell is going to want to spend $50 gas fees on transactions depositing and withdrawing when you might be yielding $50 over the course of a couple weeks? Doesn't make sense. Ethereum's kind of like taking itself out of that niche. But yeah, DeFi popped up on the scene 2017. Wow, that early? What DeFi protocols were around 2017? I didn't really. I know Dex has started becoming hot around here, right? 2020-ish, maybe even before, right? Because I feel like I got into DeFi summer a little bit like in the middle of it. And then this thing ran up around 10,000%. Wow. Right. And then we did this whole thing. It crashed down 2022. This is the bear market. Now it's rising up again. It just rose off the bottom, the market cap of the DeFi, right? So it's probably going to come back down, sit down around 57 billion. But at some point after that crash, it's going to rise up about 100 to 100, 200%. We're probably going to have it come down again. But this thing, man, this market cap is gonna blow. It's gonna blow. I know it. This is actually like a reverse Wyckoff. So it's gonna come back here at some point. And then it's gonna go higher. But the cool thing about DeFi and why I like it, right, is because you can weaponize time. If you buy a crypto and you hold the crypto, like Bitcoin, yeah, protect your purchasing power, yada, yada, yada. We all know the whole narrative, right? That's cool. But if you hold it for 3 years versus 1 year versus 6 months, it doesn't really matter. But if you're holding a DeFi coin and you're getting yield on it, the longer you hold it, the more you collect. That's interesting. And to be honest, everyone loves yield. TradFi loves yield. Crypto degens love yield. Who doesn't like to make money with their time? It's better than not making money with your time. So if anything, it's easier to hold DeFi coins, specifically DEX coins. I'm a fan of DEX coins. Not every DEX, but DEX coins. I told you the strategy. And yeah, because to be honest, let's look at some DEX coins. I mean, I think I did this before, but sushi, just so you could see what could happen. We looked at Saucer Swap, but it's not a really good example because it's new. So between 2020 and 2021, this thing went from 60 cents to $20. So some people were collecting this for the whole year. Imagine how much that little yield, perceived little yield, turned into a fortune. What else? Cake was a big one. Pancake swap, yeah, that was the main one. That and Bunny, but Cake's doing better than Bunny, and it's showing some strength off of October. So $2.40 a cake. This was huge. Pancake swap was huge in terms of like this strategy. It was mainly buying that smart chain. But if you were staking this thing 20 cents, 30 cents, 50 cents, all the way to the top, $40. Wow. That's 100x. 100x your yield, right? So say you made, I mean, that's a lot of money, right? So that's the strategy. And that's if you just held the DEX coin, let alone threw that money into new projects through launch pads or whatever. Because if you were doing that, I mean, then that money was getting multiplied too. But let me tell you, this only really works in euphoria. I mean, a lot of things that work in euphoria that they don't typically work in because the thinking's irrational. People are just moving their money around. So like, you don't want to do this like the whole time, but in the times you're not in euphoria is when you're staking. And when you enter euphoria, that's when you're capitalizing. 13 people, what's good? Any thoughts on GME on Sol? Did I miss it? Hoping you're good, man. Thanks. GME, same thing, right? Like, isn't it a futures exchange or decentralized, something like that? I know DIY talks about it all the time. But is it on Sol? I thought it was on Arbitrum. I thought it was on Arbitrum. GME moved to Sol? I didn't know about that. But yeah, so like you have another like DYDX on Ethereum. I mean, QuickSwap has perpetuals now, so basically it's like cryptos with leverage. I'm not a huge fan, but that's mainly because like I don't trust myself with leverage. So if you can do it, awesome. If you can do it, awesome. It's just that crypto moves so volatilely that you can end up losing a lot of money doing that stuff too. And also, if you don't understand or have a good time timing the market, they charge fees as well. So that could eat your capital away too if you're off on the timing. And to be honest, just to be transparent, sometimes I'm off on my timing. I'm good on the direction, but sometimes it takes longer than I think, right? So like that wouldn't be like very good for me. Personally, that wouldn't be good for me. But maybe you're better. So, hey. Preach a dub. Lots of ego on YouTube. Red flag for real. Yeah. Yeah, because then they start like withholding stuff they see and this and that, and that's not good, man. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why you need to learn how to do these things yourself too. Because at the end of the day, you can't really trust nobody. You can't. You can't trust anyone in the euphoria phase, man. Like, I'm gonna do my best. That's all I can really offer you, right? But you can't really trust anyone in the euphoria phase because they're feeling good. The dopamine's pumping. But you know, hey, you can't really even trust yourself 100% if you haven't mastered that. People think differently in the euphoria phase. You guys have seen it. I'm preaching to the choir here. But it helps to be able to like know enough on the chart to be like, oh no, they're chill, they're at least have their head on the ground still, because you can verify it to the chart. You can like kind of like, what's he talking about? Oh yeah, I can see that. Or like, oh, this guy's completely off base. Oh, he's starting to feed into the hopium that Bitcoin's never gonna go down. It's good to know enough to when someone's lying to you. You might not be the expert at it, but just to spot check, do a little spit shine on it. See if it's really gold, Okay, it's golden. Cool. We're good. You know what I mean? It's just to know enough to know when you're getting lied to or like the blinds pulled over your eyes. 12 people. You think Forex is good to trade during the crypto bear market? Yeah. I mean, if you could understand trading, the cool thing is these patterns are universal. Assets move the way they move. It's all like psychology of what people think. Prices are just psychology of what people think about like the asset, whether they're bearish on it or bullish on it. So yeah, I mean, it's not just Forex, commodities, metals, whatever has the chart. See, that's the cool thing. That's what I'm saying. There's opportunity everywhere if you know how to identify it. So don't get in love with crypto. Yeah, crypto is cool, but crypto stays down a lot too, right? There's always something hot going. I mean, marijuana stocks are moving hot. Stock market moves a lot. Forex moves a lot. And then there's opportunities outside of like trading, It's got to be able to identify it. And the only way you identify it is if you educate yourself. The more you educate yourself, the more you realize there's opportunity everywhere you walk. That's why education is very key. And the cool thing is we live in like a world now where YouTube is the biggest library. Do you understand that people had to go to libraries? People would go to libraries and not be able to find books they wanted to read their whole entire lives. You got it on your fingertip. You can learn anything. You don't even got to read them anymore. You just put it in your ear and walk around. You can put it on 2x speed, so there is no, say it's a love, but there is no excuse. At least not anymore, So get to it, guys. They usually selling something hard and use that money. Look pro, yet never show true gains, pure profit or loss. Yeah, that's why you got to follow them for a good amount of time. Start following people. Just check in, say what they say, see what their thesis is. Drop off if you don't like it. But look, I don't drop off at everyone who's wrong because, to be honest, it's not their fault they're wrong. But if they had good reason to believe why they thought to believe it, that's what I value, right? I listen to how they think. I adapt into my own. I consider it. I look to see if it plays out. If it doesn't play out, but they were genuine, hey, it's just no crying over spilled milk. But if they were disingenuous, that's when I got to kick them off my subscription list, Thanks, bros Cammy, bro Hamsky. No problem, dude. No problem. All right, guys. This has been fun. It's been about an hour. I got to drop off, but do this twice a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time ish. Appreciate you guys showing up, showing out as always. Until next time, y'all. Talk to you later. Peace.